Thank you, Granetta Blevins, for your leadership of this college and for that kind introduction. It's an honor. I'm excited. I've been tweeting this morning about this. And if you want to see my whole speech, graduates, reduced to 140 characters or less, check your phone. It won't bother me. Hashtag TigerGrads. It's wonderful to be here. When I was a student, I was in student government, and we lobbied the administration to move the graduation outdoors. For those of you in the sun, I am so sorry. But it was in the chapel back then. The problem with that is you only got 2 tickets. So if Mom and Dad came, Aunt Betty and your boyfriend sat in the car, literally. And so moving it out here, the chairs were in the street back then looking that way. But what a great occasion. They turned us down the first year, so we went to the library and studied the weather records from the National Weather Service for Mother's Day weekend for like 30 years and proved to them there's only like an 18% chance of rain. And they went like 8 or 9 years before rain, and of course we've got a beautiful day today. That was 1973 that the first graduation was out here. 3 years later, my wife and I, she graduated, got her master's. We turned the chairs around. We borrowed some of the rental chairs, put them on the plaza up there, and we got married on Giddings Hall on the steps. And then we went to the student center, and the ice sculpture hadn't melted yet, so we used that for our reception. It was kind of a budget wedding. She would hate to hear me say that, but we were saving all the way. But those memories just flood back as you walk across this wonderful campus, and in every corner I have some memory, and I hope our graduates will carry those with them and remain connected to this university, to this college. I know, graduates, I'm the only thing standing between you and a college degree, so I'll be brief this morning. I want to thank the trustees and the administration for the decisions that they're making during this time of transition. You're creating history with each one of those, and we appreciate it. To President Dwayne Green and First Lady Carolyn, we're lucky to have you. You're the right people for Georgetown College at the right time, and we're glad you're here. To the faculty, you know, I can think of specific conversations that occurred more than 40 years ago between myself and a faculty member that changed my life. And every graduate here can think through those too. Thank you for all you do. And to the parents, I have one little quick story to express our appreciation. My wife and I put her mother to rest this week in Blanchester, Ohio at age 84. She had been a beautician for 33 years and cut hair. She saved. She was married to a plumber. They saved. They didn't get to go to college, but they were determined to put their 2 daughters through Georgetown College, and they did. And now there are 4 grandchildren with college degrees and 2 with master's degrees. And there will be another generation after that getting an opportunity because of her sacrifices. So parents, on behalf of all of us, thank you for your sacrifices. For the next few minutes, I'd like to talk to the class of 15 about the world you are entering and the prospects for your careers, and then close with a few words of encouragement. I'm frequently asked to speak on behalf of the business community of Kentucky, to speak to the legislature and appear before Senate committees and whatnot, and talk to the governor and to the media and all that. And I represent about 62,000 employers in the state who put all the rest of us to work. And we represent the big ones like UPS and Toyota and Lexmark and Humana, but we also represent the little hardware store on Main Street in your hometown. So for a few minutes, let me speak on behalf of those employers to the graduates of Georgetown College today. We need you. Matter of fact, we need more of you. For the economy of Kentucky to grow in the information age, we will need more college graduates to take leadership roles. Let me tell you 3 reasons why I think you have reason to be optimistic today. 1, we need more of you. It's projected that from 2012 to 2022, the decade that we're in right now, the need for college graduates with bachelor's degrees will be up 15%. And I'm not talking about turnover creating 15%. I'm talking about more college graduates, 15%. 40,000 more, about 400 times more than the folks who are, 40 times more than the folks who are gathered here today, just in Kentucky. Number 2, the economy is rebounding. Did you see the news yesterday? 223,000 new jobs in April announced by the Labor Department. Unemployment at 5.4%, the lowest in 8 years. And we're now back up to where there are more jobs than there were before the recession. And the stock market said, yippee, and went up 200 points yesterday. So graduates, your timing is great. Your timing is great. Number 3, and this one is personal to me, baby boomers are retiring. No applause, no applause. Baby boomers are retiring to the tune of about 10,000 per day in this country. Now, the baby boomers, I think Bill Clinton is like at the front end of that generation. I'm kind of in the middle, and people in their early 50s are on the tail end of that. But we're going to get out of your way. No applause on that either. But we're going to get out of your way, and that's going to create huge job challenges for employers, huge opportunities for you. So those 3 reasons to be optimistic. More degree holders are needed. The economy's expanding. Baby boomers are getting out of the way and making room. Frankly, employers are worried. If you go talk to employers, big or little today, the biggest problem they will cite is not the economy. 5 years ago, they would have said the economy or health care. Now they say the workforce. They're worried about, have you heard of the skills gap? The skills gap, the difference between what employers need and project that they need and the skills that are available from people coming into the market, the number of qualified candidates. That's the top concern among employers, and that's where you come in. There's a 4th reason to be optimistic, too, and that is you've got a college degree, or you will in just a minute. Your college experience, not just the degree, but your college experience, the perspective you've gained through the studies here, your liberal arts education, all will help you navigate the workforce much better. Regardless of your field, you'll be better prepared than most. Now, I know you hear the stories. You know some PhD in art history that's driving a cab in Louisville, right? You're always going to hear the exception, but the statistics don't lie. College graduates are needed, and they will rise to the top. At our small organization in Frankfort, we're headquartered over there, about 30 people in our office, 25 of them are college graduates. That's basically all we hire these days. And those are the folks, we've got to hire that talent. And the people who rise are the folks who can make decisions, who can process complex information, and who can use judgment to help us move forward and be effective. And that's what a liberal arts education provides, is that perspective that will allow you good judgment to make good decisions. Now, you may be wondering, what do you do with your liberal arts degree? Hey, I was a philosophy major. Do you know how many jobs were being offered in 1973 for philosophers? 0. 0. My parents were wondering. They said 0. But I wouldn't trade that background at Georgetown for anything, because it helped me in ways that would unfold down the road. It helped me navigate during my career. There will probably be some of you sitting there today with some uncertainty. Some occupational fields are oversupplied. Some regions of the country are oversupplied. But your talent will help you emerge and will help you succeed. I remember distinctly sitting where you're sitting today. I was kind of in the now what club. Now what? Had this degree. Now, I was going to graduate school in the fall. That's great, but frankly, I was kind of keeping my options open. I was sort of interested in politics, sort of interested in theology, sort of interested in teaching. Wasn't real sure. There was some anxiety there. Maybe you're feeling that today. And we had been in this wonderfully close community. You knew people. The people in the lunchroom knew you. The president said hello and asked you how you're doing. Your professors in your department knew you and wrote letters for you. It was a close community. Your best friends in life being formed right here at Georgetown College. And I was going to get in my car and start it up and drive away from that. That was kind of weird. That was kind of scary. Frankly, I was keeping those options open as I moved forward. And even after graduate school, I went back to my hometown, sort of interested in getting involved in the community. And I went to work initially during the Christmas season selling men's clothes at a department store for minimum wage. I loved it. It was like being paid to stand on a street corner and meet people. A guy comes in one day and he says, do you know they need somebody at the Chamber of Commerce here. The guy needs an assistant. The director does. I said, what's a Chamber of Commerce? But you know, that conversation changed my life. Everything else has unfolded for me, not for, that I wouldn't recommend that for anybody else, but for me, that's kind of a turning point. And Georgetown College helped pave the way. Some of you came here with a well-planned path, and I congratulate you on that. You came here to be a dentist, or you came here to be a teacher. You've studied, you're ready, you're going to go on. That's great. For others of you, you'll have to wait for those opportunities to unfold. You'll have to wait for that conversation that turns everything. for that opportunity that comes, and I bet you'll feel a guiding hand. I hope you do. Sometimes you might not. You might say, where am I supposed to go? I bet when you look back on it, you'll see that guiding hand that has helped you through. Let me end with just a word about success, about your success. One of the problems we have in this world is that the world tries to define for you what success means. They put titles on there like senator, millionaire, tech billionaire, president, CEO, those kinds of titles. And every TV show, every news program, all that, every magazine tries to tell you what it means to be successful these days. The great thing about the game of life, though, is that you kind of get to set the rules as to what success will mean. Is it dollars? Is it degrees? Is it a big house on the hill? Is it international travel? Maybe it's serving others. Maybe it's adopting a couple of kids from Haiti. That's what my daughter did. She brought me 2 grandsons from Haiti. And when I see her with them and what she's doing, that is profound. That makes my resume and my little accomplishments look pretty thin, what she's doing to change a couple of lives. But everybody's success is different. Maybe your success is starting a company that serves the public and makes you a good living, which you can then share with others. Maybe it's teaching. Maybe it's sharing your faith. Maybe it's one thing as you start out, and then things change, and it's a different thing. Your values change. I bet some of that happens. One door closes, another door opens. This college has invested in you. You've invested in this college. You've invested in you. Now use Georgetown College as your launching pad and achieve your definition of success. On behalf of all the employers of Kentucky, and if I may, on behalf of Georgetown College, offer you our sincere congratulations and our very best wishes for your version of success. Thank you.